So first, what is your social media handle and what message do you want to push out to the world?
My name is Daletron. You can find my personal Instagram account at symbol, so that's ampersand or at symbol, Daletron, Daletron _ I also run the San Diego Seed Library page. That would be at SD Seed Library. Amongst a few other handles that I run for, those are for profit. I do social media work for and consulting for small businesses. But my two main accounts are SD Seed Library and Daletron.
So what message are you wanting to push out with your two main accounts?
Well, with my personal account, it is lifestyle. I am Botanico Blanco. Botanico Blanco has been a participant here at the Expo for the last couple of years. And the last few years, we have been a sponsor of the Expo. And what we are promoting is lifestyle. You know, finding some kind of balance, promoting movement, promoting sound, promoting growing things, and choosing a diverse spectrum, wide spectrum of things to include in your diet. Like things like fermenting, pickling, eating things out of your garden, seed saving, seed swapping, just kind of how I met these guys. The San Diego Seed Library page is more focused on some of the current works that we're doing. What we're promoting is education. We are looking to raise dialogue with the community about growing your food, about being connected to it, about sourcing seeds. We are trying to be a leader in the community and on the worldwide table by getting out of our living rooms, amalgamating, and doing something. So we show these different things that we do. One of the hashtags that we're using right now is "We're Out Here." What we're doing is we're traveling around to different places and meeting people, visiting farms like Tony's doing with Farm Trippin'. It's the same thing. We're visiting farms, we're visiting growers, whether it be a small garden patch or a large industrial setting, and relating with the folks, talking about the neighbors and what they're growing and seeing how they fit into the landscape. So we're promoting culture, I guess, is our message.
Okay, Tony, you have, I believe, two social media accounts that you work on, and what message are you pushing out?
Okay, so my main account that I use, it really has become a personal and a business account, and that would be Tony Grows Food on Instagram. And my introduction on there says growing food with integrity and helping others do the same. And my whole mission for the last 5 years has not only been growing the food, but educating others on how to do so in a manner that has integrity, lacking a lot of the chemical and non-regenerative techniques that are currently used in our industrial agriculture system. Really promoting the growth of soil. I talk a lot about mulching, permaculture techniques. Today I just did a video on perennials and planting those and how important it is to kind of let the perennials be your kind of rock in your garden and not necessarily be so dependent on annual crops. There's a lot out there that isn't really promoted in necessarily your normal Home Depot or big box store, but you see a lot of folks out here that are a little bit more woke and conscious, selling comfreys and selling tree kales and selling different perennialized vegetables and medicine-producing plants. And I think that's incredibly important. Also bringing awareness to kind of some of the food justice issues. I know in Phoenix we have over 11,000 documented homeless folks, and that has really been my main focus for the last 4 years, is getting some food in the bellies of these folks that, one, don't necessarily even have a home to go to sometimes, and two, are just really getting the bottom of the barrel from everything. So, if we were able to provide the highest quality kale salad that you would, I would say better than than a lot of, like Whole Foods or something, because we would harvest it and put it right into the kitchen. That changes how you feel, that changes how you act, that changes how you feel about yourself. Another thing we've been doing too is actually having the homeless folks come and help us in the garden. And one of the things that we realized with that is after nurturing something for some time, our statistics of having these folks that were down and out, a lot of times have mental health issues, they have judicial issues, they can have psychological issues. These things kind of take a second, a back seat after they get in the garden for a while and start taking care of something. You kind of forget to take care of yourself, and we found that just kind of nourishing the soil, nourishing the plants, and really taking care of something else allowed them to actually take care of themselves a little bit better. And so really just helping the community, helping people learn that you don't need you don't need a ton of things to do agriculture, to grow a garden. You can do it in any size space, and just that really everybody should be doing this, and it's really not that difficult. So I would say my main focus is definitely education on my account, and then definitely it's fun too. Like we've all met each other through this, and the amount of people that I've run into at this event where it's like we've talked on Instagram for 2 or 3 years, and now we're here in real life, and it's pretty cool to have this many like-minded individuals in this space, and just the amount of people that I've really connected with on these kind of smartphones. So that's kind of what I'm about.
Well, my Instagram, as I said before, is Seed Saver. I got really lucky with that handle, and I got the monopoly and got in on that real early. And for me, I mostly promote a lot of permaculture. It's a hybrid of a personal / social. I'm a pretty unsocial social person. As a gardener, we can be pretty unsocial, but it's really the only social media that I use. I don't have a Facebook, I don't have Snapchat, I really just use Instagram. And I've been able to connect with these two guys and so many other amazing people throughout the country and in other countries as well. Like I said, I promote a lot of permaculture and seed sharing, and Pollinator Haven is one of my favorite hashtags that I kind of started. And it only has maybe like 286, but I've noticed that other people, once they see it, they've started to use it as well, and that's created an influence on saving the pollinators like bees and butterflies, and creating a habitat that is full of harmony and all the good stuff that you want in your garden. What's that? Pollinator Haven, Haven, one word, kind of one together. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do on Instagram. It's very hybrid, personal, seed sharing, kind of showing what I've got going on either in my personal garden or around where I'm exploring, meeting other people. Like being here, it's really nice to meet so many like-minded individuals and groups that are promoting the same ideas and methodologies that I agree with. Yeah. I don't really have much to say. I'm a pretty quiet person, so you're pretty lucky to actually have me on a stage.
Thank you, Andrew.
Well, if I could say something here, as quiet as you may be, and as little as those numbers are for that hashtag Pollinator Haven, what essentially is happening here is what I failed to mention for a lack of words is that what we're doing is we're raising the awareness level of these things. Now, things like true comfrey and borage, which this gentleman is a fan of growing, and I know he's shared multiple seeds with me of these things, are true pollinator havens. This is something you'll find in the texts, that these are pollinator havens. These are havens for the critters that pollinate your garden. Not only will they be attracted and help these prolific plants, but everything else that you're growing in proximity to it. Is that correct?
Exactly, yeah. It helps with, having the pollinator haven. You have a lot of vegetables that don't need pollinators, like tomatoes and beans, but then you need other ones like your fruit trees and things like that, and creating that harmonious environment really increases the life that you have in your garden, and it's just more fruitful harvesting and things like that.